My name's Chris Molinar, and in this video today, we're going to be breaking down the reasons why agents leave eXp Realty. Believe it or not, why I left eXp Realty is one of the top search terms on Google, mainly because there's so many agents looking to join eXp Realty, and it's so easy to find all of the reasons why agents are ranting and raving about our company, but it's sometimes not so easy to find the reasons why it may not be a good fit or why some agents may not have had a good experience at eXp Realty. So stick around right to the end because I'm going to share with you the main reasons why this happens. Now, one of the biggest reasons why agents don't stick around with eXp is because they don't fully understand what they actually have. I personally believe that eXp is the best opportunities that has ever existed for real estate agents. And I'm going to take some time to share with you what some of these tools actually are. Now, eXp World, as you can see here, you might be somewhat familiar with what eXp World is, but essentially the short version is, yes, it looks like a video game. And no, you probably won't spend a ton of time, but as an example, if you were going to phone a major bank or a big corporate company and you wanted access to customer service, you could easily be on hold for 40 minutes up to an hour and a half sometimes. Whereas in eXp World, you can literally walk in there and get concierge style service from one of our over 1,000 staff members that works in eXp World. And because we're coast to coast, we're available in many different time changes, whether it's 7 a.m. or whether it's 7 p.m. There's usually somebody there that can help point you in the right direction. If you need help with accounting or if you need help with tech support, you've got somebody there who has a plethora of information. You can hear them on microphone, they can share their screen, they can drop a link down in the chat box, and they can have your question answered immediately. On top of that, as you can see here on the right-hand side, seminars on demand. And what that essentially means is you've got 5 to 10 to 15 classes per day in our eXp World Cloud campus. Now, this isn't just webinar style training. This isn't just YouTube recordings. This is live in-person interaction where you can actually raise your hand, turn on your microphone, and interrupt the speaker to ask questions. And because we're so collaborative, you could literally meet with the speaker after hours and you could contact them in Workplace. As you can see here, almost identical platform to Facebook, but it's specifically for business. Now, I believe eXp is actually the biggest customer of Workplace by Facebook, but essentially what this is it's Facebook and Facebook Messenger, which you can download on your phone. And if you were to watch one of those trainings in eXp World, you could reach out to that speaker on Messenger right afterwards, ask them a question, and more often than not, they would be more than willing to book a call with you for 20 to 30, sometimes up to an hour to go through what it is that they talked about on stage if you have more specific detail on how to physically apply it to your business. While we're in here, I want to show you a couple other notable mentions. Let's say, for example, you live in Texas, right? Because sometimes people will say, gee, well, eXp doesn't have any offices. How can I make sure that I'm plugged in to what's happening with eXp? I feel like I'm on an island. Well, as you can see here, we have a group in Workplace by Facebook that's specifically for Texas live in-person events. So we always have, in almost every single market, eXp has local events happening in your local marketplace. Another really cool example is, as an example, let's say that you wanted more information on listing presentations. We have a group here in Workplace that's been put together by eXp agents that have decided to share their listing presentations with other agents that are looking to grow their business. So you can pick and choose whatever it may be from different people's listing presentations on how to make the best out of your own. You also have book clubs in here. You also have referral networking groups. You also have luxury groups, how to build a team. Any topic that you could think of is available here as well. We have the messenger component. You could message any of the top leaders, including our founder in eXp World, and they will respond to you in real time. You can also make phone calls to any agent looking for referral partners in Workplace and Work Chat, and people will answer your phone call because it's not some random phone number. It's another eXp agent that's reaching out for some sort of service. As I'd mentioned before, this is our training calendar here at eXp World. And what you can see is what's available. As an example, today, we have everything you need to know about financial services in the UK. We have an eXp agent bootcamp. We have new agent stand-up, more icon series, which are taught by our top producers, and all of our icon award winners teach these classes. We have Accounting 101. We have an eXp World Tour, and this is all just for one day. If we keep going here, we've got more iConversations, eXp World Tour. Let's see what else. Growing your social media with a virtual assistant, increase your bottom line through referrals, attracting versus recruiting, scaling your systems for teams. The list goes on and on. I'll take a few more minutes to share the eXp Enterprise back office with you because, believe it or not, agents will be with eXp for years and years and years, and because of the way that they joined eXp, whoever they joined with didn't take the time to share with them what eXp Enterprise back office essentially is. So if you click here to the top left and click My Business, and then you click My Dashboard or Transactions Overview, you can actually see how far you are in terms of whether or not you're going to cap within the coming weeks and months here at eXp, so that you know you're on 100% commission after you've capped. Check in real time what you have for your transactions and what the status currently is. On top of that, you can take a look at your revenue share dashboard, which I can share with you maybe a little bit later. But you can see here, exprealty.ca or .com, you can search listings in any market here at eXp. You also have investor relations, which is information for our shareholders. Official press releases is the same information where if you were to follow eXp on any social media site, you would be able to essentially see what all of the new updates are for what's happening and the latest and greatest at eXp. For example, we just opened 3 new countries at eXp, or we just reached 85,000 realtors as an example, or we just partnered with Grant Cardone, or we're offering now a new service. We have a new dashboard. We have a new, on and on the list goes. If you're struggling at eXp and you have a serious life event where you might actually need help, you can put in an application for Extend a Hand, which is a charitable group for our agents in need. eXp Preferred Partners is our affiliate services that we use to add to our bottom line when it comes to revenue and profit, which we do share back to the agents through revenue share. SkySlope is our transaction management system. So instead of emailing your transactions to your transaction staff, you can actually upload them to SkySlope, and we have a very thorough transaction management system that makes sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted on any transaction, and the transaction staff will leave notes in there. And as well, you can always message the transaction coordinators through Workplace as well. And I could take a whole bunch more time to explain to you how KV Core essentially works, but here's where you can find a link to your KV Core site to get it set up and to start using it. Making It Rain is a system that eXp built for KV Core specifically to optimize your lead generation system the best you can with an automated system. Here we have the download link for eXp World if you don't have it on your computer yet. And if you wanted to share eXp World with an agent that's considering taking a close look at eXp, here's where you would click to find to give them a guest pass. Also, as you can see, ShareWorks is where you would click to take a look at all of the stock awards and the equity that you currently have at eXp. If you wanted to know how much money you have in your ShareWorks account, you would just click that link to find that out right away. Explore Guide is some more basic information on eXp. Knowledge Base and Tech Support are eXp Education Calendar, which I'd also shown you just a minute ago. And then we have a huge slew of branding and marketing materials that you can use to customize your own marketing materials. And then we also have pre-made templates, which I'll just click really quickly to show you this. Even I can use this stuff. Anything that you can think of, flyers, brochures, social media marketing templates, door hangers, business cards, anything that you could ever think of that you might need is all in here. And all you literally need to do is backspace, upload a new photo, put your information in there, download and print, and it is that easy. I am not tech savvy, but even I can do it. Now, believe it or not, there are agents out there who will overpromise and underdeliver when it comes to the eXp opportunity. If you're talking to an agent who is selling you a get-rich-quick scheme, then that is 100% the wrong approach. There's no real hard sell with eXp. My opinion is I will never ask somebody to join eXp. All I will ever do is share the information with people little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece at a time until you finally see the opportunity for what it truly is, and you will say, oh my goodness, I love what I see. I cry uncle, I want to join eXp. It's either a hell yes or it's a no. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think eXp is for everybody, but I think it is for people who are growth-minded, growth-oriented, self-starters, self-motivated, and really want to leverage, build, and grow something sustainable for their real estate career long term. I think we all got into this business for one thing: flexibility and freedom. I guess technically that's two things. Next on the list is agents might complain that they didn't choose the right sponsor. Now there's two sides to this coin. On the one side, it really doesn't matter who your sponsor is, because at the end of the day, the eXp opportunity speaks for itself. You have all of the same tools, you have all of the same technology, and you have access to a collaborative community of people that all want to help and support you. If you're a self-starter, if you show some initiative and you plug into what we have available here at eXp, you will win, and you will win big. On the flip side of this coin, there are definitely some different advantages and a different value proposition that one eXp agent might offer that another might not. At the end of the day, I think what's most important is that you partner with somebody who knows the systems well enough to point you in the right direction, or at least can point you in the right direction to someone who knows the systems, who can help you. At our organization here at eXp, we have 4 additional classes per week on top of what's offered in eXp World. We offer 2 trainings per week on production and 2 trainings per week on attraction. My organization at large, which is Game Changers Nation here at eXp, we host 2 high-level mastermind calls that are very instructional, with different speakers coming in every week to talk about a success story with agent attraction, and to also talk about a different aspect or a different avenue on how to grow your production business, how to get more organized, how to build more systems. And then my organization specifically, my group, we host a very interactive call on Mondays talking about sales training, talking about social media, talking about the fundamentals in order to get your business up and off the ground as quickly as possible. And then as well, we do the same thing for agent attraction for those agents that are looking at growing their revenue share organization. Now again, at the end of the day, what's most important is that you pick somebody that aligns well with you, that you get along with. And it doesn't matter if this person is local or if they are out of town. If they are local, there are some advantages to that, but keep in mind, if you were looking for the best real estate coach, you wouldn't necessarily be limited to your local market. And on top of that, if you were looking to grow your organization long-term, more than just in your local market, looking to grow it outside of your market, then essentially having somebody that's helping you that's outside of your market is to your benefit as well. My sponsor does not live in my local market. Agents will also sometimes join with the team, and because of that, they didn't take the time to fully understand the business model. So if they were to leave that team, sometimes they will leave the company. If they were to stop and realize one of the biggest benefits of eXp is the fact that if you decide that you don't want to be part of an official production team, the revenue share component at eXp still incentivizes your team leader to help you grow as a solo agent and to help you grow and build your own team if that's something that you want to do as well. The retention that's built into the revenue share program at eXp solves one of the biggest problems that brokerages have when it comes to retaining their agents long term. Add to that equity and the stock opportunities at eXp, and you have a business model that stands the test of time. Just so that you can see a little bit more of what I'm talking about here, as you can see in this particular graphic, if you were to sponsor an agent to eXp, you can earn up to $2,800 per agent per year on your first tier for sponsoring an agent to eXp. Now, what's really cool about this is you could sell a house and you can make $6,000, or you can make $10,000, depending on what your average commission is. You might even be able to make $25,000 for selling a house in some of those markets where the average price is a lot higher than it is here. But when an agent joins eXp, if they're a capping agent, meaning they sell 6 to 12 houses per year, depending on your market, you can earn up to $2,800 per agent per year from that agent as they do transactions on a monthly basis. But here's what's cool. An agent will stay at a company on average for 10 years. So when you sponsor a capping agent, that's essentially a $28,000 benefit. And that's not taking into consideration if that agent has the capability of sponsoring another agent. So if that's the case, you could literally double the value of what an agent really is when they join the company. Now, how many of you guys have been in real estate for a long time and have actually helped sponsor an agent to the company that you already work for? That's essentially minimum for a quality productive agent that has some influence. That's a $60,000 benefit compared to, let's say, on average, a $6,000 commission for selling a house, which is pretty typical in my market. Now, to add to this, what's really cool about eXp, you actually make more money to help somebody bring an agent in than you would for bringing somebody in yourself personally. And that's very strategic. Glenn Sanford wanted this business model to be the best teamwork that we've ever seen in real estate, which I personally believe that it is. Now, here's one caveat. In order to tap into the revenue share income on your second tier here, you need to have 5 agents that you personally brought in. I have 89 agents in my total group, but I only have 12 agents that I've brought in that are actively in production. I've sponsored a total of 15 agents, but some of them are getting into production. So I have 12 currently that are active now. I have agents on tier 4, tier 5, and tier 6. Because I haven't sponsored 15, 20, or 25 that are actively in production, I'm earning a small portion of the revenue share that I could earn if I had those levels unlocked. So essentially how this works is, first it starts at 2,800, and then 3,200, and then 2,000, 1,200, 800, 2,000, 4,000, as you can see here in this middle column. And then you need to sponsor 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 agents in order for you to tap into that tier 6 of income here with the revenue share model. Personally sponsored 12 that are actively in production, and that has snowballed into 89 agents, which is a 6-figure passive income right now at eXp. If you were to sponsor 25 agents that are actively in production, based on historical figures of other success stories here at eXp, it's typical to see a total organization of somewhere close to 100 and a lot of times several hundred agents, which is in most cases a multiple 6-figure income, which for most agents means that you would be totally financially free, which means when you sell a house, all of your personal and business expenses are paid for, so that real estate commission for once in your life, believe it or not, is a total pure profit for you. Now, you are totally financially free at this point. And if you can wrap your head around selling 25 or 50 houses per year, could you wrap your head around the idea that you could potentially sponsor 5 agents per year for 5 years to get to 25 agents that are actively in production and a total group of, let's say, 300 or 400 agents to become financially free compared to would have been able to do at a traditional real estate company. Now, what's even better than this is the fact that Glenn Sanford put the carrot out there saying that I still want you to stay motivated even after you're financially free. I want you to stay motivated because the highest tier of compensation is on tier 7, but you've got to go from 25 all the way to 40 in order to unlock tier 7. And if you have several hundred in your group, you likely already have a lot of agents in tier 7. Now, I can give you an example of an agent that I knew that had 35 agents that they'd personally brought in. And they had, I think, thousands of agents in their revenue share group at this time. But because this agent had 35 and not 40, this agent was making $150,000 per month, but they were also missing out on $50,000 per month in passive income on their 7th tier because they had 35 agents they personally brought in and not 40. Now, I'm not making any income claims when I'm saying this. All I'm trying to do is draw light on the fact that, first of all, this is what's possible with this opportunity. But second of all, that's why this business model is so brilliant in the way that it's laid out, is that it's created the best support structure and teamwork that we've ever seen in real estate. But it also has an opportunity for you to stay engaged and incentivized to continue to push forward and stay motivated even after you're totally financially free. So all in all, no matter what company that you work for, there's always a huge plethora of resources available to you that you're likely not already taking advantage of. And there's always a local culture that you can plug into in order to stay connected with the other agents at your company. Now, obviously, in my biased opinion, I know from experience that eXp Realty has the best opportunity in the industry. If you want more information on eXp, click the link in the description to book into my calendar. But otherwise, best of luck to you in your future endeavors, regardless of what real estate company that you work for. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on this video next.